What's up, squad? So I got this real crazy story for y'all today. It involves Jackie, Delissa, and Jada. This is the Creighton family. Long story short, Delissa left her mother Jackie to die and forced her daughter Jada to live under the same roof as a rotten body for 3 years. The child that was forced to live with the dead body for over 3 years, she's now an adult and she shared her story. Here's the full story for you guys.
Though investigators believe Creighton's mother fell in a bedroom 3 years prior. Prosecutors accused Creighton of ignoring her mother's screams for help and forcing a child to live in the home with that decomposing body for years. According to the Seguin Gazette, Creighton pled guilty.
The victim's daughter, Delissa, was arrested after the disturbing discovery.
It was my grandma. This is her. This is my mom's biological mother, my biological grandmother. This is my mom. This is me. My mom again. And as the story goes on, you're going to see why I only have pictures with her from when I was little. So, basically, I really don't know where to start. I haven't really talked about this, like, actually giving my, like, full story to anyone. So this is kind of really the first time that I'm really, like, coming out with everything. And I just want to say before I get started, I'm still a human. My grandma was still a human being. She's resting now. I'm okay now. My mom is in jail. So basically this started when I was about 11 or 12. I think I was 11, just turned 12 maybe. I know I was in the, it was 7th going to 8th grade. So my grandma, she used to be like a pretty healthy person, but I guess strokes like run in like her side of the family or something, because my uncle ended up having one too. Well, he had one before my grandma actually. So my grandma had like a little stroke. I don't know like the categories of strokes or anything like that. So as time like went on, it started getting worse and like worse. Like she stopped working, stuff like that. One day, I guess she was trying to get, like, on her bed, and she had a stool by her bed, a wooden stool. It was like a big-ass stool, I'm not gonna lie. It was by her bed. I guess she was trying to get on, or she was getting off, and she fell. I don't remember which one, because we were just coming home, and, like, it was like a whole thing. So, I guess she falls. We come into the house, and she's, like, calling me. She's like, Jaden, come help me. So I tell my mom, I'm like, let's go help her. My mom tells me no. My mom tells me to close the door.
That's why your grandmother was asking you to come help her. She was calling for help from you because your mother was neglecting her. She already knew it.
So me being a kid, I kind of had to do what my mom told me to do. I had to close the door. Me and my mom would go get food.
And that's one thing that sucks when you're a kid and you just don't understand anything and you're just listening to adults because there are adults. You're supposed to listen to the adults. But one thing that is fucked up is when an adult tells you to do something that is not good and then fuck around and find out some shit like this happens years later. This is some crazy ass shit, man.
And I would purposely not eat like a lot so I could like sneak my grandma food in there. And so my mom found out. She told me to stop, so I had to stop. And, like, for, like, the next few days, I heard, like, really loud crying. Like, I heard her crying. She was crying a lot. I couldn't do anything.
I don't want to keep pausing it, but I have to pause it. Your grandmother was there for days. She said her grandmother was sitting there for days, crying for days. They weren't feeding her or anything. Like, your mom is a cold beast for that, man.
And then one day, it just stops. I never heard it again. That cry was the last thing I ever heard from my grandma. A lot of things happened like during those few years, but I'm really just trying to like sum it up so I could post this on here because I am gonna make a longer video.
If y'all want to see the other video that she makes, you could ask for a TikTok, I'll give it to you, or I'll just react to the other video too. It doesn't even matter to me.
So weeks go by, my mom acts like it's normal, months goes by, it's still normal. Years go by, it's normal. Mind you, like, while all this is, like, transpiring, I'm still living a normal life. Like, nobody knows what is going on. Like, nobody. Only me and my mom knew. Which I still, to this day, don't understand. I've even asked my mom after why she did what she did, and she can't tell me, so So the years pass. I'm really getting fed up like with it because, mind you, like my house is terrible. I don't know if it was my grandma, but she knew that like I had to get out for us. So like the floors were breaking, the water stopped. The only light that worked in the house was the light in my room, which wasn't even my room. It was my mom's room, and like it was a whole thing. I'll get into detail on another video. But mind you, the house wasn't in good conditions. I don't know if y'all have seen that like show Hoarders, but that is what mine looked like.
I don't get how people could be living like that. Broken walls, broken floors, no water, no electricity. That shit blows my dome. I don't know what's going on out there in the world, but people crazy and they like living in very nasty situations.
My mom let it get that bad. We didn't have water. She would force me to use the bathroom in the tub. And I'm thinking this is all normal. Like, I'm a kid. I'm like, oh, like, this is normal. Like, so what I did was I had an AC unit in my window. I cut the AC unit and I kicked it out. And I left. I ran and I went to my best friend's dad at the time. I told him what happened. He let me cry. Like, he asked me what I wanted to do. He said he had like a sheriff friend, so he was going to ask the friend what we should do. So he asked the friend, and the friend said, since it's such a live situation, like, you're going to have to report it, or else I'm going to have to report, like, the cop's going to have to report it. So we reported it. A cop came. They asked me questions. Then I guess they went to the house after that. My mom was barely getting home. They told her she couldn't go there no more. They needed to do a welfare check on my grandma. And I guess when they went in there, they seen what I was talking about. I forgot to add this in. When they went into the house, since my grandmother was there for so long, it wasn't a body anymore. It was skeletal remains.
Gone. Bones. In the same position.
So the next day, I'm taken to an advocacy center. They interview me, and they're asking me questions over and over, and I'm giving the same answers. Like, my story doesn't change. So then I'm taken to the police department in my city, and I'm given to my dad. And one thing I'll never forget is on that drive home, I'll Be Missing You started playing. And I always used to listen to that song from my grandma, so I know she was telling me she was okay. They ended up fine. They couldn't charge my mom for like murder because she didn't actually like do any, which is kind of, I don't know, it's weird because she didn't do anything to hurt her, but she like left her there. So she got charged with I think neglect to an elderly, or abuse to an elderly, and abuse to a child under 15. And she had a whole bunch of other charges, but I still don't really know like what they are because I've never really looked, because it's not going to change anything, like how I feel, what I went through, or anything like that. But she is in jail. She's doing 33 years. She has tried to...
They should have gave her ass life. Tripping. I don't understand how the fuck you can do something like that to your own mama. Straight up neglected that lady. This is Kicking It Daily. Like, comment, subscribe, and do what you gotta do. Send me some videos or anything. Until next time.